Good morning, class 10th. This is my first YouTube video for all of you. Topic is Nationalism in India. Name of the chapter being Nationalism in India. Let us start with the chapter. Children, nationalism, what is it? Identification with one's own nation and support for the cause of the nation. Protecting the interest of nation. That is called as nationalism. So in this chapter we'll be studying about nationalism in India. We will be talking about our colonial masters, that were the British in India. How we Indians fought against them. That is all what is there in the chapter. We'll be dealing in a great amount, or we'll be talking a great amount about our leader Mahatma Gandhi, father of the nation. Let us start with the chapter Nationalism in India. Introduction. We know that modern nationalism in Europe came to be associated with the formation of nation states. It also meant a change in people's understanding of who they were and what defined their identity and sense of belonging. New symbols and icons, new songs and ideas forged new links and redefined the boundaries of communities. In most countries, the making of this new national identity was a long process. How did this consciousness emerge in India? In India, as in Vietnam and many other colonies, the growth of modern nationalism is intimately connected to the anti-colonial movement. People began discovering their unity in the process of their struggle with colonialism. The sense of being oppressed under colonialism provided a shared bond that tied many different groups together. Earlier they thought them to be different, but now, because they shared the same feeling of being oppressed by the Britishers under colonialism, because of that they got united, they came together and started considering themselves as one. But each class and group felt the effects of colonialism differently. Their experiences were varied and their notions of freedom were not always the same. For a business class group, freedom was something else. For a middle income group, freedom was again different. And for the lower income group, freedom was totally different. The Congress under Mahatma Gandhi tried to forge these groups together within one movement. But the unity did not emerge without conflict. Pay attention on the last sentence, children. I said the Congress under one leader, and that was Mahatma Gandhi, tried to forge these groups together, tried to bring these groups together within one movement. But the unity did not emerge without conflict. Why? Because the interest of different groups were different related to freedom. In this chapter, we will pick up the story from the 1920s and study the non-cooperation and civil disobedience movements. We will explore how the Congress sought to develop the national movement, how different social groups participated in the movement, and how nationalism captured the imagination of people. That will be all there covered in the chapter. In this chapter, we will be dealing with these particular points. I have marked them through mind map. Nationalism in India. In this chapter, we will be talking firstly about Satyagraha movements of Gandhi, 1916, 1917, 1918, Champaran, Kheda and Ahmedabad. We will be talking about Book of Gandhi, Hind Swaraj. We will be dealing with non-cooperation 1919, 1920, that is 1919, 1920. Then the First World War, the time period being 1914 to 1918. Jallianwala Bagh Massacre. The Rowlatt Act 1919. Simon Commission 1928. Lahore Congress 1929. Khilafat Agitation, Non-Cooperation, Chori Chora in Gorakhpur. The Salt March 1930, Civil Disobedience Movement, that was. Gandhi Irwin Pact 1931 and Pune Pact 1932. We will be dealing with sense of collective belonging, novels, history, ballads, national flag, image of Bharat Mata. All these points will be covered in the chapter Nationalism in India. The idea of Satyagraha. Mahatma Gandhi returned to India in January 1915. As we know, he had come from South Africa, where he had successfully fought the racist regime with a novel method or new method of mass agitation, which he called as Satyagraha. The idea of Satyagraha emphasized the power of truth and the need to search for truth. It suggested that if the cause was true, if the struggle was against injustice, then physical force was not necessary to fight the oppressor. Without seeking vengeance or being aggressive, a Satyagrahi could win the battle through non-violence. This could be done by appealing to the conscience of the oppressor. People, including the oppressors, had to be persuaded to see the truth instead of being forced to accept truth through the use of violence. By this struggle, truth was bound to ultimately triumph. And all this will happen only through one thing, and that is Mahatma Gandhi believed that this dharma of non-violence could unite all Indians. This could all be done through one thing, and that was non-violence practiced along with truth. Mahatma Gandhi's Satyagraha, three movements: 1916 Champaran, Kheda 1917 and Ahmedabad 1918. Champaran Satyagraha. After arriving in India, Mahatma Gandhi successfully organized Satyagraha movements in various places. In 1916, he traveled to Champaran in Bihar to inspire the peasants to struggle against the oppressive plantation system. Kheda Satyagraha. Then in 1917, he organized a Satyagraha to support the peasants of the Kheda district of Gujarat. Affected by crop failure and a plague epidemic, the peasants of Kheda could not pay the revenue and were demanding that revenue relaxation be relaxed. Remember, children, crop failure and plague epidemic. Because of these two reasons, the peasants of Kheda were not able to pay the revenue to the British. Ahmedabad Satyagraha. In 1918, Mahatma Gandhi went to Ahmedabad to organize a Satyagraha movement amongst cotton mill workers. The Rowlatt Act 1919. Emboldened with this success, Gandhiji in 1919 decided to launch a nationwide Satyagraha against the proposed Rowlatt Act of 1919, given by Sir Sidney Rowlatt. This act had been hurriedly passed through the Imperial Legislative Council despite the united opposition of the Indian members. In the Imperial Legislative Council, Britishers were there. They did not care for the opposition which the Indian members were giving for this act or against this act. It gave the government enormous powers to repress political activities and allowed detention of political prisoners without trial for 2 years. For this Rowlatt Act, one thing is said, that is, na appeal, na vakil, na dalil. Nothing could be done if a person was put behind bars. Mahatma Gandhi wanted non-violent civil disobedience against such unjust laws, which would start with a hartal on 6 April 1919. Rowlatt Act. Because of the Rowlatt Act or against the Rowlatt Act, all these things happened. On 10th April, the police in Amritsar fired upon a peaceful procession. Local leaders were picked up from Amritsar. Rallies were organized in various cities. Shops were closed down. Workers went on strike in railway workshops. Mahatma Gandhi was barred from entering Delhi, stopped from entering Delhi. Martial law was imposed and General Dyer took command. All this led to provoking widespread attacks on banks and buildings.